Good battle scenes in movies are generally well liked. But perhaps you haven't often watched a movie with a battle scene that was supposed to be intense, but the purported action was so wildly funny that you couldn't stop laughing. Yes, modern battling brings us excitement thanks to superior technologies. However, the fighting scenes in many movies will make you chuckle. Here are top 10 hilariously awful movie fights. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. Lurch Just Kicks It, Night of the Kick Fighters, 1988. We have to question what exactly a kick fighter is. However, we always simply wind up being sidetracked by the Addams Family's butler kicking some big butt before we can ever figure it out. That's right, if Ponty seems a little familiar to you, it's because he's Karel Struken, who portrayed Lurch in the 1990s. Even though this battle scene occurs less than 5 years before Struken becomes the part, it seems like a lifetime ago. This is the kind of Z-grade action that thrived on video shop shelves, makes for some good chickles. Number 9. Effortless Clean Fight, Black Belt Jones, 1974. Jim Kelly has always embodied the spirit of the light-hearted martial arts movie star. His repertoire is therefore full of films with great intentions and tons of fun that also happen to have some real ass-kicking in them. This scene from Black Belt Jones might be a little out of bounds, but Kelly makes it all seem acceptable. It takes place at a car wash, of all places, and has the sense of pure 1970s schlocky kung fu mayhem. We have your jazzy music. Additionally, suds exist. Number 8. Ultimate Neon Ninjas, Ninja, Silent Assassin, 1987. The tagline for Ninja, Silent Assassin makes excellent use of Godfrey Ho's propensity for using people chatting on a phone to connect the dots in his films. Everything builds up to the final, infamously terrible ninja combat. Oh, and their fluorescent headbands identify them as ninjas, so nobody could ever be confused about their affiliation. The climactic build-up to their final battle is so intense musically that the audience begins to doubt whether anything will happen. Number 7. Legless Legend, Mr. No Legs, 1979. The 1978 exploitation film Mr. No Legs may have been made on a shoestring, but Ted Vareth's life story is everything but exploitative. During the Korean War, the man sacrificed his legs for his country, but he didn't let it stop him from becoming a black belt. Despite this, the movie heavily relies on the image of Vareth battling with his customized wheelchair. The movies appear to be aware of how stunning it is, and Vareth appears willing to go over and above to shoot fight scenes that may initially appear absurd. They are also extraordinarily fascinating in terms of film history. Number 6. Non-existent level martial art, Secret Executioners, 1982. The movie Secret Executioners, which was assembled from 3 different sources, is hardly a movie at all, but it does fight 2 actors whose martial arts prowess is non-existent. It's the kind of kung fu that a typical strip mall white belt could probably top. It's a perfect storm of terrible dubbing, hideous clothing, and even worse motions. It's awkward, painfully slow, and utterly amusing. Number 5. Ip Man being disarmed by defeating realism, Deadly Prey, 1987. For the over-the-top action movie hero, the 1980s were a crazy and productive decade with big-name actors like Stallone, Schwarzenegger, and Ted Pryor. Ted Pryor, the star of the 1986 B-movie action classic Deadly Prey, may not be a name you are familiar with. You won't find a disguised lunatic performing astonishing feats with a robotic arm anywhere else. This film only exists to amuse with as much campy ultra-violence as possible. It doesn't care about realism or physics, and it undoubtedly succeeds in that regard. Number 4. Ridiculous Kicks, Death Warrior, 1984. A genuine tough guy for the average man who starred in a series of unrepentantly shot easy movie attempts. Cüneyt Arkın is a hero of Turkish cult cinema. We hope Death Warrior's moment in the spotlight comes soon because it still feels like a cult movie. Because a battle scene like this is unheard of. The kind of 1980s excessiveness terrible movie lovers live for. Arkın's screen presence is so badass that his fancy dance is almost not funny. Arkın megs and prances for the camera with unwavering confidence as Death Warrior revels in the ludicrous. Number 3. Thor, the light version, Rock Roll Nightmare, 1987. We're referring to John Mickle. Thor is a former heavy metal musician who now works as a horror and action actor. Thor struts and prattles his way through mediocre horror jokes and what seems like an endless stream of sex scenes before facing a battle against the big scary screaming devil. Yes, Thor engages Beelzebub in a ludicrous duel that you can only envision. It's hard to take seriously, but simple to adore as an oiled-up Thor avoids demonic objects before fighting a puppet Satan. Number 2. Ultimate Shadow Fighting, or The Fighting Eagle, 1982. For Italian Conan the Barbarian RIPoff films began with or The Fighting Eagle. The show is unquestionably a gold mine of B-movie material. The first or movie is mostly a standard Conan remake, but it does feature a fight scene involving the title character and several terrifying shadow warriors. The scene was utterly absurd. Through it all, Miles O'Keefe maintains a serious expression. But rather than being innovative or interesting, this seems more like a cost-cutting tactic. Number 1. Airborne Dropkick, Godzilla vs. Megalon, 1973. In the 1960s and 1970s, Godzilla made a killing by making his movies less serious for younger viewers, with Godzilla vs. Megalon having one particularly memorable scene. Megalon and Gigan team up as Godzilla, and the size-altering robot Jet Jaguar decide to go full WWE on them. Godzilla performs a soaring dropkick as a special attack since he is so ecstatic. He seemed to be so thrilled that he repeats himself. So guys, that was it for this video. What did you think about our video? Let us know in the comment section below. If you are new to our channel, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell to get notified about our latest videos. Thanks for watching.